Hoka, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of June the 14th, 2024. Which version of Manga Alita do you prefer? Well, we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, Creek Indian from Denver, Colorado. And with me from Fountain, Colorado is Lee. How's it going, Lee?
Hey, pretty good.
And also with me from Deutschland, Smendrick 19.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you again and hear you again.
So how are things down there in Fountain there, Lee?
Oh, not too bad. Going pretty good so far.
Did you guys
Warming
get a
up,
little,
certainly.
Yeah, did you guys get a little of that hailstorm we got up here?
No, fortunately that missed us. I was afraid we were going to.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. They were predicting some nice size hail, but it turned out they were just very small pellets, so I don't think it was.
I had just replaced the windshield on the car, so
I
was not looking forward to the possibility of that hitting.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, for sure. But anyway, it's all gone now. I think the weather's back to pretty much normal, I guess. I can't see from down here in my gym, but that's that. And Grüß Gott, Smendrick, wie geht es dir heute?
Oh, it's a little bit a strange voice. I don't know how to in Germany we say Frosch im Hals. A frog in the because I had a long phone call before this stream, and then I have to drink a lot now.
Oh yeah, like a lot. You mean like a lot of water or a lot of beer?
Yeah, a lot of tea and.
Okay.
Hopefully it's sounds not too strange, and hopefully the beep is gone.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering if, since you had to drink a lot more, if you might be tapping some of that Dunkless, So.
Yeah, but not a good idea.
Yeah.
At this very late time. It's Saturday morning here, and yeah, it's not.
Yes, indeed. In case some of you out there are wondering what Dunkless is, it's a dark beer.
Yeah.
Kind of like stout, even.
We have
porter.
We have a very good dark beer here in this region.
Yes.
It's called Eibauer. It's Eibauer.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that owns a guest house in Bear King, and that's a little town between Nuremberg and in Munich, and he sells a beer called Chef, I think it is, SCHAEF, I believe is how you spell it. I'm not sure, but anyway, when I was in Germany, they invited us when we went to Oktoberfest. We got to sit underneath. We didn't sit out in the middle with the rest of the idiots. We were the idiots that were sitting under the under the mezzanine, I'm watching all of this going on.
This is a great party.
Yes, Finn. Yes, it is. It is the Blautraub. That's right, Finn. Oh, I'll be damned. Finn knows what it is. I love that. It's pretty cool, Finn. Well, now Finn's from he's in Switzerland, so he speaks that Swiss German. But yeah, he knows where the Blautraub is. So that's pretty cool, Finn. Yeah, if you're ever in there, tell him that the Colorado Niner sent you. I don't know if they'll get you a free beer or not, but they might throw you out of there too. No, they won't do that. So anyway, Angelus is going to join us a little later, I think. You know how tough it is for him to get here on time sometimes, And Matu is also going to join us, but she's I think she said she was going to be late, and Channel's not going to make it because she's taken finals at the university, so she's kind of out of it for the next couple of weeks. So anyway, but
Ooh, wish her luck.
And we will see Angelus, here pretty soon. So
Yeah, and Floody is in the chat.
Yeah,
Maybe he wants to
there.
come.
Yes, well, I put a link in the chat, Vladi, or anybody else for that matter. If you want to,
And Finn, yeah.
Finn, if you want to come on, you or I see we have a new guy out there too. Let's see here, Just Breath Band. So welcome aboard there, Just Breath Band. Say that real fast. And then of course the Bad Man's out there. That's pretty cool. David Alexander from France is out there. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of people out there right now, but that's okay. We still do our thing for Alita, can't we?
Yep.
Yeah, Vladi says he's busy. He won't be able to come on, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Vladi, you could come on and rant about Disney if you want. But because I understand, because I ranted about Disney here a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I guess it was, and we'll get to that. Anyway, just wanted to, before we got to the main topic, I just wanted to put this back out there like we do every week on this stream and on the Radio Chaos stream, is that we have Rosa Salazar's Queen Studios bust of Alita. And this is that the one-for-one, it's basically a statue, and the Creek has not opened the box. The box is in my house right now. And I promised Starvellian I wouldn't open it. But now when we do get the opportunity to give it to her, I probably will open it just to make sure it's not broken, because that would be extremely embarrassing if you didn't open the box and then you took it out of the box and opened it. Maybe it was broken. That would be.
Is there any kind of warranty on it or anything?
I don't think so.
No.
They actually, the Alita Army, Tony and Dizzy B, and I guess Dennis, one of Smendrick's countrymen, they bought this, I believe. They did a GoFundMe on it and bought it, and that was before I got in the Alita Army. I think it was in 2019 they did this, and I think and we've had it in our possession ever since, and then Tony, I guess, wanted me to take care of it, for various reasons. One, because I have a business, so it's not a big deal for me to keep something like this. But he was a little nervous about keeping it since he's not, he doesn't have a business that he can maybe write this up to or something, So anyway, I've got it, and we really want to present this to Rosa as an expression of our admiration and appreciation. She did such a great job on Alita, and we really love Rosa to death. We want her to have this. It's kind of like our Oscar, giving her an Oscar, except it's from the Alita Army, So that's for sure what we want to do. And it's a pretty cool looking thing. Now, the image on the left there is, I did not open the box and take a picture. The image on the left is I downloaded off of I think either off the Queen Studios website, or maybe just I did a Google search or something. I can't remember, because the actual figure here is in the box. It has not seen the light of day since I received it. So, there you have that. So also want to tell folks we got the Alita sequel petition that's still active, and I think we added 3 or 4 people since last week. We've been adding a little bit every week. I know it doesn't sound like much, 3 or 4, but it keeps going, building week after week after week. So if you have not signed the Alita sequel petition, there's a link below the image you see on your screen, and that link is also down in the description below the screen. You can click on that, enter your name in there and your email address, and you will have signed the petition. And you will have let Disney know that we want that sequel. And as a matter of fact, since last year, Jim Cameron said he was working on sequels, then we know we're going to have 2 movies. So eventually, it's coming, folks. But it's I know it seems like a long time getting here, but we're going to get our sequels eventually. So anyway, if you haven't signed the sequel, please do so. We also got the Hero Arm campaign, and I did get an email from I guess Tilly Lockie's mother. She works for Open Bionics, and we're setting up, you know, how we're going to handle this, you know, how we're going to give, because we have money in the bank, the Alita Army does, and we're going to give her what we have, you know, and then that's going to help fund, you know, a bionic hand for some deserving individual that's less fortunate than we are in terms of having, you know, all the, you know, their limbs, you know, I guess you could say. So anyway, if you have not donated this and you wish to do so, there's the link below that image on the screen. And the link is also down in the description below the screen itself. And guess who just showed up? Good day, Angelus.
Good day.
Howdy.
Is that how you're going to greet me?
Yeah.
Hello.
In
Well,
what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's right. Yeah, I'll be at
Less than that, actually.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's yeah, that's right. It's 13 days. That's exactly right. So yeah, we're gonna, Angelus and I are gonna meet up in Austin, Texas, and we are gonna try to get on Troublemaker Studios. We'll see how successful we are. I gotta keep trying to call them. I've called them a couple of times and get nothing but ringing. But you know, we're gonna get contact with them somehow. You know, and we'll. And by the way, Angelus, you probably saw my DM. I got the T-shirt for your cousin. I assume it's for your cousin, because I don't think you wear XXX large, do you? Or do you?
I do, but I prefer loose T-shirts anyway.
Okay. Anyway, but I got him one. It was basically the same as we had when we went down to Comic-Con last year. You know, there's like 5 of us that went down there. Lee got his T-shirt, and so did Do Not Stand By and Alita Rave and myself. And there was another guy. He wasn't actually an Alita Army guy, but he was he likes Alita, you know, so he, you know, we got him a T-shirt as well, you know, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I got that T-shirt there, Angelus, so you know, I'll bring it with me when we get to Austin.
Yeah.
If you can't donate, don't feel bad. You know, if you see a post of this on social media, just repost it, like it, and repost it, and you will have done your part. But if you can donate, no amount's too small, and just donate. You know, that's all we can say about that. Also, we got the Alita Gaming Network going on Discord, and you can kind of sign up for that. There's the link for that one. It's basically an invite, and it's also down in the description below the screen here. And this link is only good for 7 days, so you want to make sure that you sign up for it. You know, just click on it, and it'll take you to Discord, and you know, you'll need a Discord user ID for sure. But you know, it's free. You don't have to pay anything ever. The Creek is not going to ask you for anything, any money, so it's just another place to hang out, because a lot of folks on Discord are not actually on X or Facebook or even watch YouTube, you know. So what is this? And what is this, Bellotti? It put in the chat what 20th cent, what sci-fi remake they're going to do. So it can't be Blade. I know that. So. But anyway, if you want to join the Alita Gaming Network, just click on that link, and you'll get pulled in, and we'll welcome you to the gaming network. So there's all kind of cool stuff we do on there. Matu is actually doing some of the server administration for me, and I do a little bit of that myself, but she knows more about it than I do. But you know, a bunch of us are putting links to videos on there and live streams and stuff like that, and you can send messages back and forth with folks. So you know, it's kind of a neat little place to hang out. So you can, you know, help us celebrate our girl. You know, and that's there's our Chibi Alita right there. So she's our mascot for the gaming network. Also, the Creek has been promoting Alita. Now, I only did this twice this week, or once this week. This is the same stream, but this is on Mr. H Reviews. And I don't always talk about Alita when I get on there, but the main thing is to get the name Alita Army on there, and just about every time I get on there, I'll get a positive message in the chat. We need that sequel, and I think one of the regulars on there, the guy in the upper right corner you see on both sides, his handle is Culture Casino, and he loves Alita as well. He sent me a message last time. So when are we getting that sequel, Creek? And of course, I don't know. So I said, I don't know, but I sure wish we'd get it soon, stuff like that. And I had another person said, yeah, Alita was a great movie, So, it's just a way for me to, kind of get the name Alita out there. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Another remake of what? And Blotty says Creaky is going to get red pilled if he keeps going on that stream. Actually, Blotty was on that stream too. He was in the chat as well, so I said hi to Blotty when he was on there. Oh. But yeah, we got red pilled. Now I prefer the blue pill there, Blotty, but that
tastes like raspberry.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, as you can see my question there, I was just, the reason why I asked that question on the left is because, the tomato meter sometimes to me is meaningless. It's just worthless to me.
I stopped paying attention to it a long time ago.
Yeah, but the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, I do pay attention to.
This is the most important
that's right.
thing from RT.
But that new Doctor Who that's coming out absolutely crashed and burned, and it's got a 27.
For a while, they weren't even showing the audience score for a lot of these shows. I'm actually surprised they started showing it again.
Yeah, well, I guess they're doing it, but the reason why I asked that is because there was a rumor going around that some of these studios were paying folks to give them a good rating, which is really underhanded, I think. But the main reason I did it was, as we all know, Alita she started out with a really bad tomato meter score, is like 32 or 33, somewhere in there. And her audience score is 92%, which is, the audience saying, we love this movie, and it got a really bad critic score. Until people started seeing that 92%, then it gradually came up to like 61, I think, is what it is now, So I guess they said, oh, wow, if the audience likes it, we better bring that score up a little bit. Something like that, I guess, may have happened. But, for me, that tomato meter is just really, it's worthless to me.
Iffy, and then, at best.
Yeah, that's right. Now, if the tomato meter is high and the audience score is high, that's okay. That tells me it's a really great movie, But but otherwise, I don't pay attention to the tomato meter at all, because I think it's just worthless. It's the audience score that makes the most difference to me. And of course, on the right over there, I actually asked him, what the hell is wrong with at Marvel and Disney, because they've actually pulled the reboot of Blade. I don't know if you guys know who Blade is. He's that vampire hunter.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah. And they fired like their 10th director, or no, their 10th writer, and 5 directors or something like that. And to me, it's just fun. I don't understand that, because writing a script or writing a story about Blade is going to be one of the most easiest things you could do, a vampire hunter hunting vampires and taking them out, now, yeah, you could put a little bit of a plot in it and stuff like that, but people are watching that movie for a different reason, and they see Disney and Marvel seem to be having a hell of a time getting that thing off the runway, so I don't get it. But anyway, those were the 2 things I put up there. And as you can see, Alita Army is up there prominent. So now I have put some posts up there that says, what about a sequel and stuff like that? I did that a couple of times, but I don't want to keep doing that on this, because, these folks are doing other stuff but they always, every time I do mention Alita, they always have something positive to say every time, you know. So, and the 4 guys on there, they're really great guys. I mean, they, you know, sometimes they'll say something politically I don't agree with, you know, but that's okay. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure we get Alita's name out there, and then because this guy, Mr. H, he's got almost 400,000 subscribers, so he's got a lot more subscribers than even the Creaky has, you know. And the guy on the other side of him, right over on the right, Culture Casino, he's got like 25,000 subscribers, I think. But I was on his stream, one of his streams last week, and got a tweet on his stream, and you know, and then of course we talked a little bit on that stream about Alita itself, you know. So yeah, I think it is Alien Romulus. I know Mr. H Reviews did a review on Alien Romulus there, Angelus, I think is what happened there on that one. So anyway, that's the Creek promoting Alita, and you know, it doesn't cost that much money to do that. Now you see that $14.30. That might look a little bit weird to you, but really what it is that what happens is that YouTube will take 30% of what you know, on a super chat, when you send them the money like that, they take 30%. So, you know, Mr. H, you know, I like to give him $10. I like to make sure he gets $10 when I do this. So, you know, I actually give him a little bit more, you know, and you know, it's not that much money. So, but, and I enjoy watching his streams too, by the way, even when I don't agree with him, I still enjoy it. You know, I mean, he's really insightful. Him and his cast there, his panel, they're really insightful when it comes to reviewing movies and stuff like that. You know, and that's I do like it a lot. So you can check that one out as well. Mr. H Reviews. I'm not plugging him. He's not paying me any money or anything like that. But yeah, he does have some really good reviews. So
maybe you could post a link in Discord to this to the stream.
I can do that. Well, what I'll do is I'll post a link to his channel. Is what I'll do.
Yeah, to his channel, and then we can, and maybe the frequency he's on the stream. Yeah,
well, he won't be on our stream, of course, and not on Discord, but you know, I will put that link for his channel on there. His and Culture Casinos, I like his too. I mean, put both of them on there.
Yeah, all you like.
Yeah,
but it could be helpful for those as me who are not, whose native language isn't English.
Yeah. Well, Mr. H, so the guy in the upper left corner, he's a Brit. Culture Casino is he's an American, and the guy on the lower right, his name's Bo. He's also a Brit. Now the guy on the lower left, he's German, but I can't recall his name now. And his English is really good. So his English is as good as yours, probably, Smendrick. So, but anyway, yeah. So I don't think anybody have any trouble understanding them, you know. So any English speakers, that is. So, and Vladi says it's Enemy Mine. That was the one that Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. were back in the 80s, I think. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
I think I actually have it on disc still.
Yeah. Well, I got it in my private playlist collection on YouTube too. It's a free movie. So
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've watched that. I've only watched it once, so it's not like Alita. I have watched Alita almost 80 times probably. So, but I have watched that one, and I enjoyed it, you know.
I've seen it a few times over the years.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, just check out all that good stuff and join the Alita Gaming Network if you can. Now, let's get to the main topic. What we want to, now, we've done some Manga Alita streams in the past. I think the last one we did, we compared the abilities of original Manga Alita with Last Order Alita in terms of, you know, their physical abilities and stuff like that. We did that, and we've even compared manga Alita with movie Alita one time, you know, but we haven't compared all the versions of manga Alita. And there are, well, I say 3 versions. There's more than 3 versions. You know, there's actually, she's been in 11 cyborg bodies and 1 human body, obviously, because that was, I think that was one of the questions on one of those trivia contests that we had on Radio Chaos a couple of years ago. How many bodies? I think it was like 10 cyborg bodies or something like that, if memory serves. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, but we'll display those. But what we want to look at, which we and the folks in the chat, you can also let us know who you prefer, you know, when we get through this, because we get, of course, Vladi, you're out there. I know, you know, I got slides on all this. Vladi always asks me about that. Do you have slides on this, Creaky? Yeah, I do. So, but when we get down to the end of it, you know, we'll start asking folks, and you can comment on it too while we're going through it. But certainly the Mars Chronicles, Alita's a different person in a good portion of that in terms of being a toddler. You know, she's not like a young woman like she is, you know, well, even she's a young woman even in Mars Chronicles for a good bit of that. But in original manga, she's either a teenager or a young woman. And in Last Order, certainly she's a young woman, you know. And she's basically a cyborg in all of these manga event, you know, representations of her, except for the Last Order. She's actually an android in the Last Order because she's got a brain chip. You know, she doesn't have any human or any organic parts to her. You know, although we've maintained all along that she's still human because she's retained her humanity. You know, and she still remembers, you know, things and stuff like that. You know, so. We still think she has her humanity, but technically she is an android in the Last Order. But she's had 4 bodies in the Last Order. And what that means is, for Mars Chronicles, Alita.
What that means is that's 4 times the ooh. Yeah.
Well, since she's been in 11 bodies, that's 11 times the ooh. So. But anyway, in Mars Chronicles, she's had 2 versions, you know, and that would be a toddler and an soldier. Although I'd like to put a question mark behind that, because I think soldier is more of a movie term, if I'm not incorrect. Is that right, Lee or Smendrick or Angelus? Does that ring a? She was more of a mercenary, wasn't she, in the manga? I think.
I believe so. Yeah, she was part of a mercenary organization that was freelance to various powers.
Now, the military, I think, was probably, if you could think of it, they had a contract with them, I guess, with the mercenary group. But she wasn't a soldier in the truest sense of the word, in terms of being a ground pounder or something like that. She's more of a, you know, she's more of a special ops type. You know, is what she was when she was.
Yeah, folks. I was actually going to mention something about that. Badman says there was no in the manga.
Yeah, that's right.
Mars wasn't unified. So I was kind of thinking, it's like that. I think the Unified Republics was a movie thing. For the interplanetary war that Cameron set up in place of what the manga had. Yeah.
Yeah, because Mars, they were in a civil war, weren't they, for a lot of that? So there was no.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no United Republics of Mars. There was none of that, I guess. Or if there was, they were in civil war, I guess. So, but anyway, yeah, you're right, bad man. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Alita's more of a face pounder. Yeah, she is that, isn't she? She's definitely that. But anyway, she's either a soldier of some sort or she's a toddler in Mars Chronicles. And I know I've enjoyed reading Mars Chronicles a lot. You know, it's slightly different than what you would expect from the original manga or even the Last Order. Now, a good bit of Mars Chronicles is kind of a post Last Order, if you want to think of it as that. I think starting with chapter 7, if I'm not, or not chapter 7, but volume 7, I think it is. Does that ring a familiar note, you guys? I think it is volume 7. That's she's a young woman in that one, and she doesn't have the Imaginos body. She's got some other body. You know, and it's been speculated that maybe when she went to Venus, she got captured and they took away her Imaginos body and they put her in a different body, I think, something like that anyway. So anyway, thoughts, guys? Anything about this, about Mars Chronicles Alita, either version of her here?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Uh-huh. Particularly the image on the right. That's where the uwu is, because she's a young woman there. So,
yeah, I haven't really read enough of the Mars Chronicles to really be able to have a real opinion on it, I don't think.
Smendrick, have you read the Mars Chronicles?
Particularly, is this the right word? Or partially.
Yeah.
But not in the entire work.
Yeah, I know.
Series.
Angelus and I have read all of it, except Angelus, you've read volume 10, haven't you? I haven't read that yet. Or is it volume 9, I guess? I'd have to go look. I can't remember. I still haven't read the last volume. But Angelus and I went through it, and we went through the original manga, didn't we? Did we go through Last Order? Do you remember, Angelus? I don't recall. I don't know if we went through all of it or not. We may have.
Well, if we reach Mars Chronicles, I would think so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's right, bad man. That's that's Danko there on Alita's shoulder on the right image. It's the sentient gun. So just think a gun that can think. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, she's pretty powerful in Mars Chronicles as a young woman. She's I think that image on the right, she's standing at a memoriam, I guess, for some of her fallen comrades or something like that. And I think Erica happens along. Now, in the early part of Mars Chronicles, Erica's the little blonde you see standing next to Alita. And they're almost like sisters in part of the story. But you know, eventually they end up becoming enemies. Although they're fast friends when they're young like that, you know. What is this? Let's see. Yeah, that's right. It's a memorial for the lives lost at Mamiana. Yeah, that's right. Bad man. So yeah, thanks for that. I knew it was a memorial of some kind. And then Erica shows up, and then of course Alita and Erica have a fight. And even though Erica rips off Alita's arm, she still ends up beating Erica, you know. And Erica, well, I don't want to do any spoilers, so we won't do that. But you know, she kind of surprised Erica with what she told her about, you know, what she was and all that stuff, you know. And it got Erica's attention, I think, you know. So, but I haven't read the last volume yet, so I don't know what's in there. But so, any comments, you guys, about you know, what is it about the? Now, I guess Smendrick hadn't read all of it, and Lee, I think Lee, you and Angelus have read it, haven't you?
Excuse me. I read a very little of it. Most of what I got was when you do the readings on the stream occasionally.
Yeah. Well, Angelus, what's your thoughts about? I mean, I'm not asking you to pick which version you like, although I suspect you're gonna pick the adult version of Alita. But the little kid version, she's still cute, isn't she? I mean, she's a cute little girl, you know. But so anyway, Angelus, what's your thoughts about this one?
I don't know. I keep on reflecting back to what Figure 4 always says.
What's
That he doesn't like it
Oh
when
yeah.
something about women that fight in wars.
He doesn't like wars or the women that fight in them.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Although
I
he
forget the
sure
exact
fell in
wording.
love with Alita, didn't he?
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the uwu got to him, I think. Now, the image on the right there is actually, if I'm not wrong about this, Bad Man, you can chime in on this too if you want. I think this is after she meets Figure 4. I think this is after she's been to Venus and she comes back.
Yeah, this is post
post Zot. Yeah, post Last Order. Yeah, that's right. So at this point in her life, the other Alita, the human Alita, is with Figure 4 at this point.
Yeah.
I think
she went back to Earth to live with Figure 4.
Yeah, that's right. So this Alita is a little different than even the Alita that's in the Last Order because it's a different body, obviously. I don't know if that's a. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That was my question, or would be my question. What type of body?
I am not sure what that is.
It looks much
it's
more
it's not the
human.
Imaginos body anymore, is it?
No, it's not the Imaginos body.
So it is a whole new body.
Yeah. I got Berserker up there, but it could be. I got Berserker question mark because it's not a Berserker body. I don't think.
Look at the knees and the upper leg, and it looks really okay.
Well,
let's say android
suit that she's wearing over the body too.
Yeah.
Because she's done that before. She wore clothing or bodysuit or armor or whatever over the body she was currently occupying.
It looks so nice.
Yeah, Finn. First Order, Last Order, and the newest Alita's Order. Yeah, Badman says it may still be Imaginos 2.1. I don't know.
But
I thought they took that away from her because it was, if you remember, and I think this was in Mars Chronicles where there was an Alita imposter who tried to kill Queen Lymira or Princess Lymira or something like that. I think. I don't know, Bad Man. You know a lot about the manga. I haven't read the manga in so long. I can't recall. But it could be an Imaginos body, but I don't know. I thought that they took it away from her in Venus, but maybe not. Maybe they didn't, because I don't think there's any, I don't think there's any writing or any book about it, or any more manga that talks to it, about what she did when she was in Venus. So, or what happened to her. So, that's right. Okay, Bad Man says the Alita imposter may have been using a body built from the remains of the Imaginos 2.0 body. Okay, possibly, yeah. And this might still be the Imaginos 2.1. It could be, yeah. Because it'd be difficult to nail down the Imaginos 2.1 body because it's almost like it's a shapeshifter, I mean, she can kind of make it look any way she wants, I think. So, yeah, we still don't know what happened to her when she went to Venus. That's right. We don't. So, yeah, Finn's going to go drink coffee, it looks like, or at least he's acknowledging Lee getting coffee. So anyway, but that's Alita, I guess, Mars Chronicles, Alita, a good portion of Mars Chronicles. I would say at least 6 and I think even part of Volume 8. She's still a little girl, or like a toddler at the beginning, actually, maybe 3 years old or something like that. And I think Eric is like 5 or 6 years old, maybe something like that. And, that's for a good bit of it. She's just a little girl like that. But later on, volumes 7, 8, 9, I think, or a good bit of 8. Anyway, she's a young woman like you see on the right there. So, Anyway, there's some woo there, particularly on the right. And then, of course, we got original manga Alita, and we kind of know about that one now. That covers quite a span of time. Plus, there's a 10-year period in here that we don't know what the heck happened with her. You know, she was in the Badlands, I guess, and we just don't
she
know.
Became a student agent, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. When she
10 years of her doing stuff on behalf of Tafaris, and no idea exactly what it was, except for that one little side story where she took out that deckman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was kind of brutal, but even then, she still had her humanity, because she waited for those little kids that were talking to the deckman. She waited till they left before she shot the deckman. But she was pretty she was pretty brutal, wasn't she, shooting that deckman, you know? So yeah. What does the bad man say in here? Poems are about Yoko and Erica when they're young. Yeah, only a bit is about Alita and Yoko. That's right. Bonsoir, Matu.
Hello. Sorry for
Hello.
Hello, Matu.
Glad you could make it, Matu.
Yeah, family emergency. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is everything okay?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. So anyway, we just got through talking about, I think you've read Mars Chronicles, haven't you, Matu? Or have you read some of it at least?
At the beginning, I did read it like very carefully. And the more it went, the more I just, kind of brushed through it very quickly because I really, really lost interest.
Ah. Yeah, it's, I've heard other people say, I think Smendrick has read a little bit of it. Lee and I and Angelus have read it. So, I mean, I enjoy it, but of course I didn't read a whole lot of manga before I got in the Alita Army. I just, and I guess maybe this is my first manga.
No, I think that it is objectively a good manga, as usual, like Kichiro's writing and character designing and everything. It's good. It's really, really good. Is really good at it. But the problem is there are too many characters now that I really don't care about. I've been there since Gun, and there are a lot of characters in Gun and in Gun Last Order, and now we have even more character, and we have no news about the character we initially were here for. So yeah, I don't care about it. It's good, but I don't care about it.
Okay. Yeah,
that's
man.
My point too, Matu. I think you are right with the point of so many characters. I always have the feeling I missed something, background information, and if I have to switch back too often, or missing an entire storyline, then it gets very difficult for me.
Yeah, I've heard other people say similar things about it. So I mean, I enjoyed it. But like I say, I didn't read a lot of manga before now, so to me it's like a new experience almost. I mean, I think.
Yeah, no questions. I love most of the panels. As long as I can recognize the details and the situation and the movements and all this. But yeah, it's the story behind the panels that is important too. And if I have the feeling, here is something I don't understand, maybe just because I don't have read another episode, then it gets very difficult for me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, as Badman points out, I should have put this on the slide. In most, or a good portion, if not most, of a great deal of Mars Chronicles, the little girl is not Alita. She's Yoko. That's her real name, and she only gets called. She only gets named Alita when I guess when Ito finds her. He names her Alita after his cat. So because she couldn't remember her name when he finds her in the scrapyard. So. But because when she was young like that, like she was on the left, her name was Yoko. So I guess I should have put Mars Chronicles Alita / Yoko or something like that. Kind of like Bad Man's got there in his comments. So, and I found this to be true, Bad Man. I think the backstory here really does set up in a very nice way the original manga, I think. Now maybe that's just me because I like the story, so but I think it does set it up pretty well. So anyway, that's where we were, Mattu. We just finished talking about Mars Chronicles Alita. So okay, original.
I don't like her in Mars Chronicles. She gets on my nerves so much.
But the little girl, I don't know. Little girl's okay, I think, for me anyway. She's
no. Like baby Alita is cute and I love her. Like she's adorable. But the little plot that have been introduced that takes place after the ZOTT, she just like honestly, I stopped actually. I mean, I love her as a character, but I really started want to slap her face. I say like at the beginning of the ZOTT. After at that point, she was like getting on my nerve. But she's good. Like the way she's written is really good. She's a good character, and I will forever love her. But she really started to get on my nerves at that point.
During the Zot.
Yeah, the Zot. That's when she started getting on my nerves. But. Yeah, I mean, because she, if you'll pardon the expression, Mattu, she's a little bitchy in the last order.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah.
So bitchy and arrogant, and oh my God, she needs to be kicked off of her high horses.
I kind of put that down to her reintegrating the person she used to be, into the whole with the person that she became. Yeah. So I mean, the person she used to be was not a nice person. So I think there's bound to be some unlikability there.
Oh no, yeah, she was a bitch.
Well, Bad Man says Zot Alita seemed fine to him. Yeah, I mean,
she's probably going to hit other people differently.
Well, I mean, certainly, I love Alita. I mean, there's no doubt about it, whether she's bitchy or not. But I think, well, we're going to get to which one we prefer the best. But one thing about Zot Alita is that her power, is the thing that speaks to the creek, I guess. And I guess that's the power lifter in me, I suppose. But, I agree with you, Bad Man. She's fine with me. Now, I do say she's still a little bitchy in the Zot, but, that's the way it goes, I guess.
My issue with her doing the Zot is that she's way too OP, like way too OP. She gets killed a few times, and every time her body even end up regenerating from nothing.
Yes.
Like this is way too OP.
Yes, it is OP. Yeah. There's no doubt.
Went off into Dragon Ball Z areas.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, original manga Alita, she's about 14, I guess, at the beginning of it, and now there's that 10-year period, we don't know what went on and, that kind of thing. But I surmised toward the end of the last order that she's probably around 30 years old, but I could be wrong about that. I mean, certainly, but
I think we figured she was probably somewhere in her mid-30s.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. That's what I think last order Alita is. I think she's in her mid-30s, but anyway.
Yes, I meant the last order Alita.
Yeah, she in the original manga, she has like almost a little more than a 15-year growth period there, in which she, grows from a teenager to a young woman, and she's in a lot of different bodies. Now, we don't have the human body here because there is a side story that, and I keep messing this title up everything, but is it called the Flower of Life or Tree of Life?
Tree of Life, I think.
Tree of Life, yeah. where she is a human, human Alita, and Figure 4 finds her and all that stuff, and it's a happy ever after ending type thing to that little side story, but for the most part, the canon part of it, she's certainly in the doll body, although I'm not sure they called it the doll body in the manga. She was just in a body, I guess, that Ito had built for, but I guess the doll body is more of a movie term, I guess.
Yeah, there is no real doll body in the manga, but there are some elements that Ito is scrapping around to build her body until it gets destroyed by Makaku, and then he gives her the berserker body.
Yeah, that's right. So she's but she's in that regular cyborg body, might have been a better term instead of doll body, because doll body is a movie term. But anyway, berserker body, certainly she's in the motorball body, and the civilian body, and then the tuned body. Now, I like the berserker body a lot, but I also like the tuned body. I mean, she is really cool in the tuned body, I think. Let's see. A bad man says Alita was 16 when Ito finds her. Now, I think when she's in the movie, when she's in that doll body, she's, I think, 14, or at least she adapts to it like a young teenager. But I think when she gets in the berserker body, that's when Gerhard says, hey, it looks like she's a little older than you thought, Yeah,
according to the notes from Cameron, Ito considers her to be 14.
Yeah.
Because that's how old his daughter was when she died.
Yeah.
And since he's looking at her as sort of an emotional surrogate for his daughter, he sees her as the 14-year-old. So she kind of takes on the age that he sees her at, since he implanted her in that body.
Yeah, but she grows.
But she's actually around 18.
Yeah.
And she starts taking on the appearance of an 18-year-old woman when she goes into the berserker.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, bad man, I think you hit it right on the nose. That's kind of what we got here too in both the original manga Alita and the last order Alita. But anyway, her in the tuned body, I mean, she has in the not last order, in a good bit of the original manga, she's in the tuned body, and she that's where she meets Figure 4 and all that, and that's that's pretty cool. She's also, with the exception of that initial body, which I got up there as doll body, but the body that Ito put her in, she's actually a superhuman high cyborg is what she is. So she's not, she's definitely not a little girl. She's, she is a little girl mentally maybe, but she's more like the character Cyborg in the DCU. She's 98% machine, is what she is, and of course she's what she does for a living. I guess she's either a hunter warrior, a motorball player, or a tuned agent. Now, when she was in the civilian body, I think she did teach martial arts, to other cyborgs and perhaps a couple of humans in there as well. And maybe you could say she was a martial arts instructor as well. And she did sing at the Kansas bar too. So maybe I could have put musician down there. I mean, because certainly she's capable of it. Our girl is capable of a lot, but these are the three primary professions, I think, that she was in, And of course, her significant others, there was certainly Hugo, or Yugo, if you want to, just refer strictly to the manga, I guess. And then Figure 4 is the Creek's favorite boyfriend that she has. I mean, I really love that fight in the desert they had. She just really toyed with him and just beat the crap out of him. I just love that set of panels right there, because Figure 4 is really, he's really arrogant, and I'm tired of you, Miss Angel of Death, or something like that. Let's fight. And she says, okay. And just literally stomps him in the ground and beats him up, and he keeps getting up. That was what's funny, and she finally says, what's wrong with this guy? I mean, he's been beat to a pulp, and he still keeps getting up, So anyway, that's that. So what's your take on original manga Alita there, Lee?
Well, certainly liked her as a person. She was very compassionate, empathetic, seemed to care about people quite a bit. I'm kind of torn as to which version of her in the manga I liked more, because I generally liked all versions of her in the original manga quite a bit. I was a little bit, I don't want to say I was put off by the Badlands arc version of her, because I still cared about her as a character and a person, fictionally.
Yeah.
But it did definitely show the kind of bloodlust that drives her to be such a effective warrior, and gave you a little bit of, I guess, a glimpse into the kind of person Yoko had been.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of understand it too, can't you? Because she was lied to by Bigot Eisenberg and others that, that made her believe that everybody...
She was manipulated. I mean, I think even as a berserker, Panzerkunst warrior, she was, I think, manipulated by her higher-ups.
Yeah.
To become what she ended up being.
Well, and too,
she was definitely manipulated by Tafaris and Bigot Eisenberg to be turned into their own personal weapon.
Yeah, for sure. Because they were telling her that everybody she knew and loved was dead. So, and that just really, I think...
Yeah, I think they manipulated her memories to some degree too, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yep. And they didn't give her much of an option. You can either die here in the yellow room or the room or wherever it was, or you can work for us. So, and I think originally she said, I'm just going to sit right here, something like that, but, and then eventually changed her mind and went through the door, but, they definitely manipulated her and I think it just sent her over the edge, and it wasn't until she met Figure 4 did she get, reconnected with her humanity, I think. Yeah, for sure. Smendrick, did you read the original manga, Smendrick?
Parts of it. In the early days, I have a lot of these small magazines. I don't know the right word for it. Not the books, but these... my English is horrible. Maybe you know the comic Hefte in Germany.
No, I don't believe so. I don't think I've heard of it. Anyway.
And so my view on, I cannot say which character or which version of Alita, or maybe Yoko or Ganem, I prefer. I saw her as one person developing through her development explained in all the episodes and books, Last Order or Mars Chronicles or Omnibus or whatever. Yeah. That makes it a little bit difficult for me to say, this version or this episode I like the most.
Yeah.
Because it's our girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what about your thoughts about her as in the original manga? We're not going to ask you to select right now. So, what are your thoughts about her in this version of the manga? Just the original. So,
I love the art of by by Kishiro.
Yeah.
All the small gestures, all what she's talking or shouting. I simply love it. I can't explain.
That's all right. Yeah, that's good. Angelus, what's your take on original manga Alita? Of course, I know one of the answers is going to be ooh, so we can move past that.
That would be too easy, or octopus lips, or like right. that. No, that one.
Just a great introduction to Kishiro's artwork.
Yeah. So anyway, Angelus, your thoughts about original manga Alita?
Yeah, so it was a good introduction to Kishiro's artwork, especially for brand new fans like ourselves.
Yeah, because that's right. Mars Chronicles came out after, didn't it? Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, it's funny. We got age up there, 14 to 30 years, but in the manga, she's still over 200 years old, isn't she?
Chronologically, yeah.
Yeah, chronologically she is. Now mentally she's 14 to 30, depending on where in the story she is, obviously. But she's almost catching up with Creaky.
Yep.
So anyway, Matu, what's your thoughts about original manga Alita?
Oh, she's my favorite.
Ah, good. What is it you like about her?
Her evolution as a character. She is extremely touching. There is like, it's like she's starting off as a child and ends up as an adult. I mean, that's kind of literally what happens. But at the beginning, she has this purity and this innocence that not really fades away, but that evolves into the warrior she is. And she goes through so many hardships, and you see her cry. This is why I love her more in the original manga. She looks more human. She looks more human. She shows weakness. She shows strength. She shows love and compassion. And she makes mistakes. She's not like this super overly powerful being that either cries for nothing, for no reason, either thinks she's better than anyone else. No. In the original manga, she is emotional. She feels love. She learns from other people. She doesn't look down on too many people unless it's Zapan, sadly. I am a Zapan apologist, I'm sorry. But outside of this, she makes mistakes. She's beautiful. And as I said, like the volume 5, the volume with Zapan actually is the one that made me cry the most when reading a manga because of how touching it is and the way it ends. It's really a transition between two different versions of her. And I love every one of her versions in the original manga. It's a good evolution. And when you see when she's in her like tuned arc, she acts like a warrior, bloodthirsty and everything. But you still see that glimpse of what she used to be, that all it took was to first meet Figure 4 to awaken again. And she slowly reconnects to what she used to be at the beginning in the manga. And I really, really love her.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really love this character in the original manga as well. You know, I like the dichotomy, like you were saying. I like that dichotomy of her being a warrior, but really being empathetic and caring for other people, you know, particularly the weaker folks, you know. Now in the tuned arc, you know, she didn't get along that well with Yolg, I don't think. You know, but that was after she first met Figure 4, I guess, and she was still in that bloodlust stage.
She seemed to have lost a bit of her humanity because of her isolation and because of I think the jobs that Tefares was forcing her to undertake.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, and I think, you know, for me, she is more human in this one. You know, now I'm going to reserve my thought which one I like better. You know, because you guys all know on this stream I'm a big superhero fan. You know, I do love that. But once again, Alita's not a superhero. She's not. You know, but still, I like the fact that she's powerful and all that, but she also cares for others. You know, she's also, you know, I guess, you know, just empathetic, I guess is the only word I can think of. And something else that she's, at times she's even comical, you know. I mean, there's that scene, that one panel where I guess when the barjack catches up to them and they kind of blow this building up, you know, and Yolg and Figure Four are kind of, you know, on their stomachs on the ground, and Figure Four looks up and he says, "Whoa, we're lucky that window was there." And behind them, Alita with one hand is holding up this big old heavy column, you know, just looking at them like,
yeah, the part that would have come down on the window.
Yeah, it's like as if to say, you know, you dumbasses. And I thought that was just so, I thought that was funny, you know, because, you know, even though I like Figure Four as a character, he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch sometimes, you know. So, but I do like her. She is to me the optimal blend of, you know, being feminine and being extremely warlike, you know, and powers that are superhuman level, you know, or superhero level power, you know. So you know, it's to me, I really like this version of her as well. So anyway, any more thoughts on the original manga Alita? Okay, what about oh, wait a minute, I meant to just make this it says original manga. I didn't take that off because I was doing copy and pasting. So strike the original manga up here, just last order Alita. This is who this is. Okay. So anyway, here she's anywhere from her early to mid 30s. She might be 30 and maybe 35, even 36. She could be. Certainly she's been in all three of the Imaginos bodies. And at the end of the last order, she's actually got a human body, you know, and now that was the one that was bioprinted, obviously, you know. And as Matu alluded to a while ago, she is seriously OP in this thing. I mean, I got her listed as goddess level android because, I mean, she is, this is a character who, once again, is not a superhero. As a matter of fact, she's far from it. She's more of an anti-hero, if you want to think of it as that, because she can be very bitchy. She can be very arrogant, you know, but I do think she still has her humanity. I think she, you know, to some degree still has some empathy left in her, you know, but she is just, I mean, this is a character who could, in this Imaginos 2.1 body particularly, she could take out Thanos. I mean, you know, she wouldn't need the entire Justice League or the entire Avengers to take Thanos out, you know, particularly if he didn't have all the Infinity Stones. If he like only had one stone or no stones, she's going to kill him within 5 seconds. You know, I mean, he's going to be dead, you know. So that's how powerful she is. And that's why I say she's a goddess level android. Now, she is an android. She has a brain chip, you know, but she has all of the original Alita's memories, because I guess Nova actually, you know, I rebuilt her, I think, or kind of built her from scratch or something after he blew her up at the end of original manga. As a profession, I think I'm not sure much about the profession part of this, because she's kind of on a quest in the last order, but she does end up becoming a Zot player, you know, where she's in the space angels, you know, her and Zex and and Zazie, and I guess the two twins, Elf and Swerf. That's all I can think of now. There might have been another one, a sixth one. I can't remember. But anyway, her significant other here is still figure 4. Now he doesn't play a big role in the Last Order, except toward the end when he and Ito and I guess Koyomi go looking for Alita. You know, when they get up to Zalem and they're trying to find her and all that kind of stuff. You know. And of course, that's where Figure 4 finds the human Alita after she's been, bioprinted. You know, so. But anyway, Lee, what's your thoughts about Last Order Alita?
Well, I suppose this may sound a little strange, but thinking about her often brought to mind a video essay somebody did a little while back that I watched called "Who Are You When You Can't Be Stopped?" Like when you have so much power that nobody can barely even slow you down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of person are you?
Mm-hmm.
And I always think of that whenever I think of this version of Alita, because there were some instances in Last Order where it looked like she showed a little bit of, I was thinking at the time, uncharacteristic cruelty, but I think that thinking back on it, it was probably some of Yoko's cruelty peeking through while she was reintegrating her old personality with her new one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, no, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. Just
no, that's all right.
She was a very different person from what she started out as.
Yes.
I still big fan of her. I mean, she's still a character I cared about quite a bit, but
yeah,
she changed a bit.
Yeah, she did. I forgot Badman. Yeah, I forgot this. Yeah, she was part of Nova's security detail. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that, Badman.
I forgot all about that too.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, excellent, Badman. Badman, you ought to come on the stream with us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smendrick, did you read any of the Last Order or only parts of it, or
only parts? So I cannot go into the details.
Okay.
Of course, I have seen the panels with all these Imaginos versions.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think a little bit overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I said before, it's her. It's her
Mm-hmm.
development. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, as much as I did enjoy Last Order, I think that Kishiro did overdo it quite a bit.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't blame Kishiro for this.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it was fun to read and stuff. It was
Yeah.
nice to see, but it was mostly the character development that I latched onto a bit more, because the other stuff was fun, but it was a bit much in some cases.
Well, just being OP like that too, I think is that's. I wonder if he, I think we at this point in the 90s, I guess, maybe even the late 80s, a lot of these superhero, films came out, and then of course the Watchmen came out at the very turn of the century. X-Men came out, and they were all. I wonder if he got influenced by that at all, and so well, I better ramp it up for our girl Alita, to make her
That's
more
possible.
powerful. Yeah, he could have been influenced by it, but I think he may have made her a little OP, but you know what? I do understand it to a degree, I mean, because if she's going to fight in the Zot, she's going to need to be OP.
Well, there is to some degree the consideration of like how far did the technology out in the solar system advance beyond what was on Earth, because Earth was kind of an isolated little island.
Yeah.
From everything else that was going on. You've got these huge megastructures being built around Jupiter and all this other stuff. So yeah, I guess to some degree it makes sense that you're going to have some really whacked out stuff start getting developed.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Angelus? What are your thoughts about Last Order Alita?
Well, it does have my favorite body and one of my favorite panels of when she
yeah. By the way, if you want to share your screen, show us your favorite panel. We can do that. So if you have it, but if not, you can just tell us about.
I don't have it ready, but it's the one when the Zot where she gets rebirthed by the Jupiter supercomputer.
Mm-hmm. And that's when she gets to imagine it was 2.1 body, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And of course, she still got Uwu. Still got that. Yes, indeed. Matu, of course, I think Matu just kind of already said this, but Matu, is there anything else about Last Order Alita you want to, tell us about your thoughts about her?
Yeah, it's not because I do not like her that she's not a good character. Like, she is obviously a very good character. She's very good written, very good. And there is this funny thing. Actually, Kichiro himself didn't like her in Last Order because of how much of a bitch she was. Yeah. Huh. He stated it several times. Actually, this is one of these cases when your character grows to be its own character more than a character you created, because when you're going to write a story, sometimes there is stuff you want your character to do, but it doesn't fit their development. It doesn't fit their personality. So your character kind of, becomes free, takes his own decision. You can't make him do...
Takes on a life of their own.
Yeah, kind of. You can't make your character do stuff if it doesn't fit anymore. And this is what happened in Last Order. Alita became her own character, and Kichiro resented her, was like, she's such a bitch, oh my god, I hate her so much. And he was getting fed up with her because of the way she behaved in Last Order.
He's writing her, but he still can't stand her. Yeah, that's kind of funny in a way, isn't it? Oh boy.
Yeah, but it shows the art.
That's right.
The
creativity.
The creativity, and I think the development of Kichiro too. Yeah, he goes through so many fate things. I don't have the word. His personal development is mirrored in maybe, I don't know exactly, in this Last Order episodes.
Yeah. Well, here's Badman's got a good point. Maybe the way she's acted, the way she did in Last Order, seems like everybody's trying to kill her, so that maybe pissed her off a little bit, So, and trying to kill somebody that's this OP is really not a smart thing to even attempt, I don't think. So, but I think
go ahead. For me,
please.
one of the little bits of, I thought it was a little bit of cruelty on her part was when she was fighting. Good Lord, I can't remember the guy's name. The big guy, the big space karate guy.
Yeah, Toji.
Toji, yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking it was Kenshi, but that's a video game. Anyway, she was fighting him, and she basically told him that he made a mistake in showing her mercy, so she was going to completely obliterate him or something like that. And I'm like, wow, really?
I think that's more the warrior in her. I'm not sure it's hatred or anything like that, or cruelty.
Well, well, the look on her face, as well as the words, I mean, there seemed to be it's like, I'm going to make you pay for showing me mercy. And for me, at least personally, that seemed excessively cruel.
Yeah, I see that point.
But then that's also, me coming from my own Christian upbringing and stuff. So
yeah. Trash talk is SOP for Panzer standard operating procedure for.
That's the thing with her power. I don't think it was just trash talk. I think she was just really going to murder him.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily murder him. They were in an actual battle, but she was just going to kill him because he actually showed her mercy. I think she was actually pissed off that he did that.
Yeah. You know, that... Yeah, in a way, she's kind of like Goku, isn't she, in that regard? She wanted to, I guess, in her mind, she wanted to see what Toji had, and maybe Toji was a little lenient or something, and that maybe that pissed her off, you know. Whereas Goku, you know, when he fights, he always wants to fight somebody better than him, you know.
And have them go all out so he can test himself against them.
That's exactly right. And I think maybe that was a similar thing here, you know.
It could be.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, I think you're right. Now that I think about it, Lee, I think you're right, because she was pretty tough. I mean, even before she got blown to bits, you remember she had that, I don't know how to describe it. She had kind of like a force field that she was using, and she was like standing on it and trying to squash him with it or something like it. And he did, I forget what happened. She got blown to bits and reassembled, you know, and then said, "Nuh-uh, you know, you shouldn't have done that." So yeah, you know. Yeah, she's definitely, you know, my thoughts about her too is the Last Order Alita is this is somebody that I think that, you know, you could befriend her to a degree, but I think this version of Alita, more so than the original manga version of Alita, could go sideways on you much quicker, you know. I think the original manga Alita had so much empathy and was still, you know, well, I think both Alitas were in touch with the humanity, but this one being so OP, it's kind of like that old saying, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, you know. And I think
that's what I was kind of referring to with that video essay, was commenting on. It's like she's got so much power, nobody can really do anything to stop her. So what's that going to do to affect her personality? What kind of person is that going to turn her into, maybe?
Yeah.
When she can do whatever she wants, and whatever anybody else wants isn't nearly as relevant, or becomes less relevant. Yeah,
Badman's got a good observation here. Her telling Toji, this is not a karate match. So yeah, this is not. In other words, you know, in karate, you know, and
he viewed it one way, he viewed it another.
Yeah,
which
that's
kind of
right.
comes back to the other thing I was saying. It's like his what he wanted became less relevant than what she wanted. And she had the power to impose her will on the others around her. Yeah. And they didn't really have the power to stop her.
Yeah, particularly when she was in the Imaginos 2.1 body. I mean, she was even OP on that one, even more so than she was in the Imaginos 2.0 body. I mean, it was like an order of magnitude, you know, a difference in ability, you know. So, yeah, for sure, you know. Yeah, my thoughts about her on this one is that she could definitely, you know, I think she would befriend you, but you know, you can't piss her off at all. I mean, she'd go sideways on you in a heartbeat. I mean, you know, she'd be a very dangerous person to be around, I think, even if you're a friend. Yeah. You know, although even this version of Alita, I think, would stop short, even if you made her mad.
I think a lot of her, I don't want to say instability because that's not really the right word. Her, well, I guess what I was referring to as that cruelty or whatever, it only seems to manifest, I think, on the battlefield. So as long as you're not an opponent she's facing, she's probably not going to do anything like that to you. Yeah,
probably not, but she might make you wish you were dead.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, I think, I agree with you. I think if you're her friend and you're not any threat to her and you're not, you know,
because she was pretty laid back and actually fairly kind to, like, the Martian, not Martian princess. Was she actually the Queen of Mars?
That was in Last Order, wasn't it?
In Last Order, yeah.
I meant Mars Chronicles, wasn't it?
No, in Last Order, she actually met.
No. She's a princess.
She was a princess. Okay.
Okay. So princess.
So she was actually, you know, fairly even-tempered and I guess, yeah, Limera. Okay, she was the Queen of Mars.
Yeah, Limera, yeah.
Limeria, something like that.
Limeria, yeah. I think in Last Order was she a queen there, or was she a princess?
No, she's a princess in Last Order, and in Mars Chronicle she becomes a queen.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But yeah, she off the battlefield, she seemed rather like the Alita we're used to.
You mean this is not Deja Thoris? You know, from John Carter. Yeah, that's right. Queen of the Mars Kingdom Parliament. Yep. Yeah, I recall that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think also, well, even the original manga Alita is not going to back down from a fight, because I do remember there was a panel, you know, before they were going to compete in the Zot, and I think Zex told her that he wanted to fight her. You know, he said, after this, something like to this effect, after this is over, you and I are going to fight, or something like that. And
yeah, and she doesn't.
Basically, she says, "Okay, all right, I'll fight you."
And at the end, she doesn't even remember. She promised.
Yeah. Plus, he was a chibi at that point, wasn't he? At the very end.
No. When he made her promise, he already had his new body.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know how that fight would have turned out for him when she got in the Imaginos 2.1 body. It might have been a decent match in the Imaginos 2.0 body, but the 2.1 body, I'm not sure he would have done very well.
Well, he doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty amazing. So, but that's our girl, you know.
Yes.
All right, guys. What is it we love about any of these versions of Alita? I mean, what is the, and I've got the bodies listed there, but not just the bodies. I mean, you can put anything you want in there, but with each version, what is it you love about, or in general, what do you love about Alita, I guess? Manga Alita. We'll start with you, Lee, I guess.
Shoot, I think we've already gone over that a lot. I mean, her
we kind of have
empathy, humanity, her perseverance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a list, but yeah.
Yeah. Smendrick, what do you think?
What should I say?
Probably the same thing Lee said, I guess.
Yeah. Every time I see or read the episodes, the panels, I'm lost. I can totally forget what is around me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, and there are so many comics and whatever out there. But this is a very special, it's our girl. And this is a very special property of all the books of Gundam, Yoko, Alita, whatever.
Yeah.
They catch you. Maybe this is the right word.
Yeah. Angelus, what's your thoughts about any of the? I know like Lee says, we've gone over this a million times, but you know, what is your thoughts about why do you love Alita so much?
I'm trying hard not to say my usual answer. But I guess it's just like before her, like I never really watched anime that intently. I never read manga or even owned one for that matter. And she just sort of put me on a way different trajectory. So
yeah.
And I'm just I'm just glad for it.
Sorry, guys, I lost my earphone for a minute.
Oh.
So, yeah. What about you, Mattu? What is it about Alita that you love so much?
I've got a very long story with Alita. I got gifted the first volume of Last Order for my 12th birthday by a friend from drama class. And I loved it. He didn't want to gift me a shoujo manga because I was into video game and everything, and I loved that manga. So I started reading Last Order. And at first, I didn't even know there were guns before. And then I looked a bit more into it, and I was like, oh, I really like that. And I fell head over heels for Zex, obviously. Like, story gotta be, the rest is history, as you know. And everything in this manga was just perfect to me. The entire atmosphere, the characters, the storytelling. I became a huge fan of the cyberpunk genre thanks to that. Space opera, science fiction. I always did love science fiction, cyborg, robots, and space, even since I was a little girl. And this manga was just like the culminating point of everything I've ever loved since I was a kid. And for me, until Mars Chronicles, this manga was absolutely perfect.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, she's the perfect combination of beauty and power. I mean, and when I say beauty, I mean not just uwu. I mean, she definitely has uwu. I mean, that, if you met somebody like this, if a single guy meets a girl that looks like this, so certainly they're going to be attracted to him. But I mean, just her humanity, her empathy, certainly her physical beauty, but her power, her ability to, take care of business if she has to, she does, even in Last Order to a degree, she does care for other people, and that, I think that is also something I really like about her, like when she fought Makaku, and of course, Makaku, took Koyomi, down to the underworld or whatever. And Alita gave no second thought but to jump down, go after her, because she was afraid that that Makaku would eat Koyomi's brain or something like that.
She wasn't going to let him get away with that.
Yeah, that's right. And you even saw, and they did a perfect job on the movie on this too, by the way, where she didn't give a second thought about jumping down that hole, did she? I mean, even though Ito's saying, Alita, no, like that, she jumps down there because she knows if she don't take care of business now, that Gruishka in that case is going to be continue to be a lethal threat, So I just think she's a perfect mix of that, to me. Yeah. I mean, certainly pretty but powerful, and that's, I guess that's I guess a lot of single dudes would think that too, maybe, but she is, and I just love the fact she's powerful, and I love the fact that she has abilities. Like I've said before, she's not a superhero, but she has abilities that are superhero level, and she is, like Mattu said, she has a vulnerable side. She has weaknesses, and she cries, and stuff like that. But don't screw with her, because she will take you out, if you do, and she can do it within seconds, So
yep.
And it's kind of like Badman says, she never backs down, and that goes back to that perseverance and determination thing about her. Once she sets her mind on something, it's going to get done one way or the other. So anyway, that's my thoughts about her. I guess this is the hard part, isn't it? Which one of these characters, and you can pick the body too if you want, do you like the best? And we can ask the folks in the chat this too. And you can just put that in the chat and I'll tabulate it, And I guess I can start with you, Lee. I mean, I know you said you had a hard time picking it out, but if you want, you can pick your first and close second.
I'm going to go with the third in line.
The original Manga Alita, one?
From third from the left there.
Yeah.
I actually do kind of like Last Order Alita, mainly in that it seemed like she was working to integrate who she was with who she had become.
Yeah.
And while there were some parts where it's like, you don't like the direction she's going in, I want to think that was a direction she had to go in to be able to grow as a person, maybe.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do then, Lee, is I'll say, okay, you like the original. I'll give that 2 points and give the Last Order 1 point, a close second. Does that sound right?
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Smendrick?
I would quote Ido. All of them.
All of them.
Because
yeah.
She's our girl.
Yeah. I'll put it down. All of them. Okay. What about you, Angelus?
Well, which one's my favorite, or?
Yeah, you can pick a favorite and a close second if you want.
Oh, well, it'd be 2.1 as my, 1.0 is my top favorite, and then 2.1 is like breathing down its neck.
Okay. So that would be, okay. What about you, Matu?
The Berserk body from the manga.
Okay.
Manga.
Yeah.
She's the most iconic.
Yes, indeed.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, she is. It's hard to argue with that one. So I think I'm going to, this is hard. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a couple of days. I guess I'm going to go with the Last Order 2.1 Imaginos, just because it's so ridiculously powered. And, being a champion power lifter, I kind of like that. I definitely do,
Yeah.
But I would say I also like her tuned, the tuned arc, her and her tuned body. So I guess I'll give a point for that one too. But because for one thing, she meets figure 4 in there, and that gets her in touch with the humanity again, and she becomes a good person. I mean, not that she was a bad person, but it takes her out of that bloodlust phase she was in,
or at the very least brings her back to her humanity again.
Yeah, that's right. And if you remember, they actually, I guess Alita and Figure 4 lived together for a while, didn't they? I mean, we don't know exactly what happened in some of this, but I guess they probably did, because you remember she ended up leaving, and, they were saying goodbye to each other and kissing and stuff like that. And she finally says, I'm going to have to do my day job or something like this. Or he said that maybe.
She had to finish her mission from Tefari's to find.
And she tells Figure 4, don't cheat on me.
Yep.
And he said, I won't. I'll be here when you get through with your day job or something like that. So, I really like that little scene right there, is pretty cool. So anybody in the chat, which version of Alita do you like? We'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Anybody, you can just list it. You don't have to come on the stream, but just list it in the chat. So I would say I do like okay, Angela said Imaginos 1.0. Yeah, got that one. Bad Man. Yeah. You just want to make sure, don't you, Angela? Okay, Alita traveled to Alhambra. That's in California, by the way, in case you don't know, to make sure that Figure got there. Yeah, that's right. So Bad Man said he's in the same boat with Smendrick, all the versions. So we'll put the 2 points on that one as well. All the versions of Alita, So yeah, that's right. I definitely understand that. you know, I do like the little girl, Alita, because that's her starting out, you know, and you could see some, I guess, beginnings, or you could see some of the foundational stuff about, you know, Alita later on in the manga. You remember there was that one scene where they were being chased by those soldiers, and she had to climb through this ductwork or whatever and turn on a valve to flood the area so the soldiers wouldn't get them. And she made it. You know, I mean, that right there was to me was the beginning of her, you know, of her development, I think, you know, in terms of being like even a warrior. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody?
Going once.
Well, what about you, David Alexander? I know you're out there. X-Man 577, I know you're out there. Let's see. Our friend from Japan is out there. Him as well. Vladi, I think, had to leave, so he's not out there. Plus, he hadn't read much of the manga anyway, so it doesn't matter. Finn, I don't know if you're out there still, but your favorite version of Alita. It could be any of them. It doesn't matter.
I don't even own the manga, and I've still managed to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
What's he waiting for?
Yeah,
Vladi. Yeah, come on. Yeah, Vladi, come on. Vladi is reading it, though. He's getting through it, I think.
Okay.
All right, going once, going twice. Okay, that's it. All right, so looks like Last Order Alita is number 1. And original manga Alita, the kind of a tie between the Berserker body and the Tooned body, is number 2.
Well, for me, it was kind of I was kind of going with the entire first original manga, all the way up to and including the Badlands.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry if I wasn't clear on that.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's all right. And then all of the Alitas, even though it came in 3rd, they're covered because that includes the original manga and Last Order, doesn't it? So they're covered. So anyway, I think the original manga and the Last Order Alita are really close. You know, I mean, really. So there's not that big a difference between the two. I think 1 vote maybe. So 1 point. So, you know, that's, you know, I guess the original, rather the Last Order Alita barely beats the original manga Alita. But although I really like the original manga Alita, particularly the Toon body, you know, I really do like that. Okay.
Some really iconic scenes like that one when she's sitting on top of the train playing her harmonica. With
her
God,
yeah.
With her poncho blowing in the breeze.
Yeah. In Figure 4, and Yold come out there. Yold's trying to get him not to go approach her because that's the angel of death, you know. So, you know, a Figure 4, he's got to go hit on this pretty girl. I think is what he's doing. So anyway, he starts. I guess he takes her harmonica away from her, doesn't he, or something like that?
Grabs her harmonica and starts trying to play it.
Yeah, and then
messes it up real badly.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, he starts talking to her, and she finally says, "Don't get too close to me, Mr. 4. People that do end up dead," or something to that effect. And has her finger in the middle of his forehead, you know. I thought that was cool. Okay, well, anyway, I think that's about as far as we got there, guys. So I guess Last Order Alita barely wins. But they're all our girl. It doesn't matter. All of them are. So
that's it.
Yep. Any other topics, guys, you might want to talk about? Because we're closing in on 2 hours.
Oh yeah, Chaos Nova's got some music.
Let me get Chaos in here. I forgot to put the. He might want to come on. He might sway the vote. So anyway, Chaos, there's a link right there. If you want to come on, we can pull you in. Yeah, Chaos has been real busy lately. You know, he does. He does some business work himself. So So he's not in backstage yet, so maybe he can't make it. I'll give him a couple more seconds, maybe.
And if not, just
there he is. There he is, Chaos.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
So I vote for Berserker. So.
We got a tie then. So now it's a tie. Yes, it's a tie between the Last Order Alita and the Berserker. Although I didn't split them up by body like that too much. I mean, I kind of did, but Last Order Alita was primarily Imaginos 1.0 and Imaginos 2.1, and then original Manga Alita was Berserker and Tuned. So now we got a tie, folks. Last Order
a tie
Alita.
between Alita and Alita.
That's right.
I think Alita wins.
Alita wins. That's right. We don't need to do a tiebreaker. So, anything happening new on your channel at Chaos?
Oh, today I got 2 complete soundtracks together. I got Another Story and the Battle Angel one up there today.
Cool. Did you put
instead
it on
of the showcase?
Ah, did you put the link on the server? If not, I can do it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, okay. So, all right, now we got that tie, I guess. So that's the end of it. That's the official results. Last Order Alita and original Manga Alita are tied. So, and we don't need to do a tiebreaker, nor do we want one, because she's our girl anyway. It doesn't matter, does it?
Either way, our girl wins.
That's right. Any other topics, guys? All right. And of course, did we miss anything? I don't think we did. We came out with a tie, didn't we? So I think it was great. And you can see from that center image right there, Alita does love her Uncle Creek. As a matter of fact, you probably saw that little video I put together of a fun day with Alita, you know, where it's kind of a sweet little old cute thing, you know, where Uncle Creek takes her to get chocolate, I guess. Yeah.
All right, I got him.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks, Chaos. Yeah, we like getting as much as we can on the game server so folks can enjoy it, you know. So you betcha. Okay, I guess this is our queen right here, Rosa. She really did a great job on Alita. We really do appreciate her a lot. And I want to do a shout out to El Lamont and Jesse Fisher because they brought Screwhead to life. And when we do get that sequel, which we will get that sequel and sequels, once we get them, particularly in Alita 2, I know the Creek wants this, and I hope you guys do too, and I think you do. I want to see Screwhead come back. I want to see her, you know, in Alita make up and get on Alita's motorball team when they, take on Joshagon, you know. So
I think that would be neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, you know. I think all 3 of these ladies would definitely, well, we know Rosa has already said she'd do Alita till she's 99 or 80 or 90 or whatever it was. I can't remember. But she said as long as she was able, she'd do it, you know. Mm-hmm. And I know when we interviewed Elle, and I think Jesse too as well, they both said they'd come back for it, you know. Matter of fact, I think Elle said if anybody could pull it off, get Screwhead back, that the Alita Army could do it, and we could, or we would try. Let me put Chaos's. We'll put both of his in the chat there, in the public chat, just so folks will know. Okay, here's one of Chaos's videos. If you guys want to go check that out. And then here's the other one. He just mentioned both of them. So let me put that in there. Okay, here they are. There's the first one right there. And then there's the second one. Just click on those links and it'll take you right to them. So anyway, yeah, we want all 3 of these ladies to come back. That's for sure. You know, they both did all 3 of them did a great job on their characters. You know, I mean, it was super duper. you know, I know Screwhead didn't have any lines, but God Almighty, she was one of the most badass characters in that whole story. You know, outside of maybe Alita, she was maybe the second most badass person in there in that group. You know, and as the Greek says every week, these three are really good at what they do, but it sure doesn't hurt that they're pretty, because they are. And they're all three of them are our girls, is what well, they're not our girls. They're our ladies, you know, that we're fans. We're their fans. So
fingers crossed that I run across the one in the middle in about a week's time in LA when I land.
Yes, indeed. That'd be cool, Angelus. I hope you do. You know, who knows? We might run into her in Austin, Texas. You don't know. You know, I mean, I'm gonna still trying to get in touch with Troublemaker. I hope they, you know, let us in there. You know, I got a possible ace in the hole on that one, but I don't want to, you know, make any promises. You know, so
don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. Plus, if they're shooting a movie, they're not going to let us in. So, you know, that's the way that's going to work, you know, so and they're pretty busy there. I do know the reason why I didn't get in a couple of years ago, or was it last year, was because they were remodeling the office for one thing. So that's what Elle told me. She said they were remodeling the office. So they didn't, you know, they didn't want anybody coming in, you know, so. Plus, I didn't have an appointment, so I just showed up at the gate and said, "Will you let me in, please, please?" Oh, we can't do that. The guy was real nice, though. He was really nice, and I'm sorry, man, I can't do it. You know, so I understood. You know, having been in the DOD for so long and going to some of the bases, you know, you had nobody, and a lot of those bases, nobody can, not just anybody can get on a base. Sometimes, some bases you can, but not all of them. You know, so. But anyway, we want all three of these ladies back. All of them. You hear that, Disney? Damn it. All right. Angelus, are you going to be the host tomorrow, or is Maxie, or what?
I'm going to try to be the host tomorrow because Maxie's going to have to host for the next 3 weeks.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Because you're going to be incognito, aren't you? Or yeah. So anyway, that's going to be a good one. I guess we're going to show our merch, what we have. You guys will get another tour of the Kansas bar, I guess. You know, I mean, at least the merch part of it. You know, I've got some. Well, I need to do another video, I guess, or take a picture. I got a video, but I have to take another picture of the Künstler 99 had made me a smoker. You know,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of that. Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know. And of course, you'll get to see a picture of the Kansas bar sign again, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, I'll turn it on too, so it looks like the Kansas bar. You know, I do turn that thing on from time to time, even if I'm the only one here. So, and by the way, Lee, I want to set up a IMAX viewing of Alita here in the coming weeks. I mean,
okay.
I get. If you and Do Not Stand By and Alita Rave, and I think that guy, the other guy, I can't remember his name. You know, maybe we can just get together and watch Alita on my big screen, which nowadays isn't that big. You know, it's a 65-inch, but I've seen 85-inch screens. So, and I'm not going to spend $5,000 for a 85-inch screen, because within a year it'll be $1,000. You know,
you will, Creaky, you will. As soon as the Alita sequel is announced, you will.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. You betcha I will.
I think so.
So anyway, this is going to be a good stream. We're going to, you know, show our merch, and you know, if anybody wants to show their merch, I guess Angelus, I guess we'd let them in, wouldn't we, to show us their merch? I guess so we could put a link in the chat just like we do here. Maybe we'll have to see what Maxie, or you and Maxie and I think about that or something, because we don't usually do that on Radio Chaos. So okay, that's pretty much it. And just one final thing, what we want to start doing on both of these streams is we just want to let folks know that, you know, we're the Alita Army, and you know, we do support Alita and Rosa passionately and positively. In other words, we're not a toxic fandom. We definitely are not. You know, we may disagree on some things here and there, you know, and we might even have some, how would you say, very intense disagreements sometimes, but we're not going to get to the point, you know, where, oh, yeah, Angelus, you have to go. It's no problem. But, you know, we all love Alita. We're not going to do anything to really harm, you know, fellow Alita Army members, and we're going to be respectful and stuff like that. And that last bullet is really important. We are the Alita Army, and Disney, we're here to stay. You're not getting rid of us. You know, you know, even if the Creaky is 99 years old, and notice I use the number 99 there, Angelus, even if I am 99 years old, we are still going to be wanting that sequel if we haven't got it by then, which I hope we do, because that's well over 20 years. So, okay, guys, I guess only leaves a couple of things to do, and that is, why is this image here? Well, that image is there because I like it, and I'm the producer and the stream manager. And of course, I think Angelus has something to say about that as well, but I don't think he has a problem with us being here either, because it's got Uwu. So anyway, and Angelus is our Uwu consultant, and I'm sure he likes it as well. But to paraphrase Gruishka, I am only here for our girl and the Alita Army. And of course, us in the Alita Army, we are all only here for our girl.
Yep.
And that just leaves one more thing to do, and that's our call to action. And that would be on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Film those sequels, maybe. Oh, that was excellent for a change. All right, guys, we'll catch you all next week on the Alita live stream, and tomorrow on Radio Chaos.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita live stream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.